Alright, now, welcome to a very special and spoopy edition of MythoDoodles.
Yeah. Oh god.
Is Neville doing that one bit from Ed and Eddie but with the Kermit voice?
It's just the Kermit Doppler effect. Are we gonna get started drawing then?
Yeah, let's get started drawing. Okay, so the theme
Speaking
that we're
of
going for
portals,
the theme we're going for is cryptids.
So I've been discovering some stuff about like the Bigfoot deep lore, about Sasquatch deep lore. Like you take Sasquatch by itself, it's just like a big monkey man with huge feet, right?
Yes.
Nothing that exciting, except people can't quite get pictures of it.
Yes.
And then you get into some of the weird stuff people think about what Sasquatch is. And one of my favorites so far is that, like, Sasquatch is some kind of, like, interdimensional alien, and the reason that nobody can catch him is that he can, like, pop in and out of portals across
I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I, by the way, happen to live in the state with the most Bigfoot sightings in the country.
And the most hipsters.
No, that would be Oregon.
I imagine Oregon is the biggest competition.
Yeah, Oregon I think like has the second most amount of sightings. So that's what you're doing Bigfoot, Neville?
I'm doing a Sasquatch coming out of a portal, but he might look a little familiar for other reasons.
Dylan, is this a Wendigo?
Yes.
One little fact: the deer skull Wendigo isn't quite the traditional description of it.
Oh, you saw the John Solo video too.
Nah, that's just kind of goes around a lot.
Yeah. Well, I did. Yeah, well, I did.
Yeah. Traditional one is usually just like a tall, really skinny dude with no lips and
Really
frostbitten feet.
Really
emaciated,
sunken in eyes.
frostbitten feet, missing toes.
Yep.
And very, very hungry.
I mean, like,
Very hungry.
yeah, I mean, I think actually, according to the actual folklore, a Wendigo transformation isn't so much one of the body, but of the soul.
Although the body does get transformed a bit.
Just not as drastic.
The deer skull thing is probably a bit closer to a skinwalker than anything else.
Either way, it's
Skinwalker, Texas Skin Ranger.
Here's the
Here you
thing. Here's the thing I don't get though, because like the Wendigos from Algonquin folklore, which is mainly in the Northeast and up in Canada, and Skinwalkers, as far as I know, is more of a Southwest thing.
Yeah, like with most prominently with the Navajo. Well, what's kind of interesting about the various groups that have Skinwalker legends is that a lot of them originally came from like the Northwest Territories up in Canada, and they migrated south. So if you see like Skinwalker legends kind of scattered all over the place, that's probably why.
There you go, I'm done.
Oh, good lord.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
We're how long into this, and we've already got the Wendusi.
Probably about, couldn't be more than 10 minutes.
Yep, 10 minutes, and we've already got Wendusi. That's
I don't think
pretty on brand, actually.
It hasn't even been 10 minutes.
I said couldn't be more than 10 minutes.
Right.
So Sasquatch is using the portal gun.
Oh
Keep
god.
watching.
Give me another cryptid.
I
know.
One of Neville's favorites, the Fresno
Yeah,
Nightcrawler.
That yeah.
It's just a cute little guy with legs.
Oh, you're giving him the Donkey Kong face.
Oh god, oh no! He's giving him the tie!
Okay.
You're telling me Bigfoot
Okay.
is... You're telling me Bigfoot is actually Donkey Kong. That's your conspiracy theory.
Let me put it this way, alright?
You can't tell me it's not.
Bigfoot's head doesn't have a whole lot in common with North American primates. But you know who Bigfoot's head does look like? Donkey Kong.
What North? There are no primates in North America.
There are some, but they're really well, not in North America. There are some on South America, but they're very small.
Yeah, they just got a bunch of monkeys and chimps, I think.
Humans are the only great apes on the American supercontinent.
Yeah.
But you know who else might be on the American supercontinent? Donkey Kong.
Okay.
You sure about that? Because it wasn't Donkey Kong made by Rare, which is a British company?
No, Donkey Kong was... I mean, he was originally Japanese, so think of that what you will.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. But it's just the Donkey Kong games most people know were made by Rare.
That they were. I played the shit out of 64.
I drew the Fresno Nightcrawler. He's
I see.
You know, you could draw the Fresno Nightcrawler to be, Among Us guy.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Honestly, I thought that's what Dylan did.
No, I was just okay.
What's the...
I have to draw one
Okay.
more.
Nebel, since you're so immersed in that, what's the lore behind the Fresno Nightcrawler?
There isn't a lot about the Fresno Nightcrawler. The most people know about it is that it's a weird little critter that showed up in Fresno one time and people got footage of it, and the only other documentation of it is a hoax that somebody did using a puppet rig and white pants.
There you go. I drew a Mungus.
So that's kind of anticlimactic.
It is, but that's kind of one of the things I like about it, is that there's not a lot that's really said about it. You could basically fill the blanks in with just about anything, and as far as anybody knows about the Fresno Nightcrawler, it's pretty harmless. Like, nobody has ever reported being attacked by one.
Could you imagine it just comes up and kicks you?
Just starts running at you.
It starts running at you and kicks you in the shin, like, and runs away.
That's right, motherfucker.
That's right, motherfucker.
Tell your friends.
Reminds me a bit of Blue from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, but if he had legs.
Oh god, I want. Oh no, I'm gonna draw a third one.
And let me guess, he's gonna look like Blue. Why are Donkey Kong's eyes so sunken in?
Why indeed?
Speaking of Donkey Kong, how much are you looking forward to hearing him being voiced by Seth Rogen?
0.
Kill me.
So, here's the thing. Here's my weird thing about the Mario movie. When I saw the trailer, like, everything about it, I was pretty okay with.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the worst thing about it was the, 2 seconds you heard of Chris Pratt Mario and seeing that Seth Rogen is on the credits. But other than that, I actually kind of liked it. I'm kind of hoping that Chris Pratt like turns up. Look, Mario's got to have an accent, whether he's like from Brooklyn or if we turn up the Bing Bing Wahoo. There's no excuse. Charles Martinet is right there.
All right.
He is actually in the movie. I'm not quite sure what he's doing.
There you go, Fresno Blue.
Good lord. But yeah, if he turns up the Bing Bing Wahoo, I will be happy, and I can ignore Seth Rogen and pretend he doesn't exist.
What if at the very end, Mario loses his real his voice from the real world or wherever he came from, and his new voice is Charles Martinet?
I would be okay with that, kind of, if they could explain it.
I think it goes without saying, though, Jack Black is going to absolutely steal the show.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Everything that I've heard of his Bowser so far is good.
I told my brother...
I wish his voice was a little deeper, but that's it.
I told my brother, like, he cannot use his normal head voice. It's just not going to work for Bowser. Like, he either does it in a lower register or they pitch it down in post.
Yeah. I'll give you a quick hint. It's Ganata Ganoblin.
The what?
It's Ganata Ganelf.
Not the Ganelf.
No, it is Ganat.
What? Okay, is there any lore to this?
To what?
To Ganat the Ganelf.
He is neither a Ganoblin.
So it's just a bit.
A bit, but it's also a hint.
This should be fun. Not sure I completely understand what the thing with the Mothman is.
Well, there's a couple that... Well, I mean, obviously there's the original sighting over in... What is it? Pleasant View, they called it? I don't remember. Well, yeah, the original sighting over there of what they described as a red-eyed, man-shaped winged creature. Apparently, the reason they jumped to Mothman is because Batman was really popular at the time, and they connected it to... They thought it looked like Killer Moth. It doesn't really have anything to do with it being specifically moth-like.
Big titty Mothman GF.
Dylan!
I'm drunk!
That didn't take long.
Oh my god.
There you go.
I mean, are we sure? Because it's just a big silhouette.
It could be anything, really.
Wait, hold on. Draw the wings.
It's a lawn gnome.
Yes. It's a no.
There's nothing...
Okay. You want to be real? There are tons of people who have cryptid as encounters with gnomes. Like, specifically little dudes with beards and sometimes the hat, who just show up at random and they're walking around and such. Apparently there's a whole green text story about a dude shooting a garden gnome that was threatening his family.
A gnome.
Yes! A gnome! He's like, he calls up his dad and he's like, Dad, I'm being terrorized by a gnome. What do I do? And the dad's like, alright, what color is its hat? It's red. Fuck!
I'm being terrorized by a gnome.
Okay, what kind of cryptid would Zimdra says?
Probably a made-up one.
The return of E-Girl Zim.
God.
You know, that's dressing up as a... Dressing up as a cryptid and staging a hoax just to get money sounds like something he would do. Now what's this, Nebel?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I want to say Slender Man, but I don't think that's what you're doing.
No, not quite. Let's see.
Oh my god. Is he?
Oh, that's right.
He's not actually gonna draw Slender Man, is he?
No, I'm not.
I could draw Zim as Slender Man.
So I'm gonna start rambling about something just to get an idea of what's going on here. So, people often describe skinwalkers as cryptids.
Uh-huh.
And I guess it just kind of goes to show how broad the term cryptid is, because in the traditional folklore, skinwalkers are witches. Like, they're dark sorcerers that learned unspeakable magic through inscrutable means to usually turn into animals. Typically, now, skinwalking magic is not actually inherently forbidden in these sort of in the sort of Navajo traditions. But the thing about the skinwalkers in particular is that they use them for evil reasons, and they and kind of the go-to for them is wolves, which are to the Navajo kind of a symbol of evil and disharmony. And who were coincidentally the sort of totem animals of a lot of Puebloan peoples, whom the Navajo have named the Anasazi, which means enemy ancestor. So if you ever heard the term Anasazi, that's what they're referring to.
Alright.
It's a Navajo word that's, I guess, like, the equivalent would be, like, the way we would call Germans krauts. Or something like that. It's a way to, like, it's not exactly a polite term.
It's a slur, basically.
Yeah, it's basically a slur.
There you go.
Why is Zim's wearing a suit?
Look at what he... And he's got...
Oh, I see it, yeah.
Oh, right.
Zim would dress up as, like, Slender Man.
And look what he says, Slender Zim!
There's a bunch of cryptids that are also just, like, regular-ass dudes.
So the Jersey Devil actually looks like a devil, just really stupid looking.
I'm gonna copy paste it into the chat here.
All right.
It looks so goofy.
Oh god. What the fuck?
It looks like a.
Behold!
It looks like someone put wings on a horse.
A really skinny horse with like tiny forelegs and really long back legs.
Yeah, I bet that's exactly what the Jersey Devil was just a horse.
A horse that came out of a woman that said, for some fucking reason, let my next child be a devil. Who says shit like that?
Like, wait, that's actually in the legend.
That's the lore. That there was a woman who was about to have a baby. She's like, if I have another baby, let it be a devil. And then it was. Why she said this, I don't know.
She probably was kind of crazy.
Yeah, probably.
It looks like, dude, this looks like if Dr. Seuss drew the Jersey Devil.
Well, it's halfway to being a Dr. Seuss creature.
There's really not much to the jackalope lore except that it's a rabbit with antlers, right?
As far as I know, there isn't. The explanation I've heard of what a jackalope is supposed to be is kind of interesting.
Okay.
Like, there are some people that hypothesize that a jackalope is basically what happens when a rabbit's teeth grow through its skull in the way that, you know how boar tusks can, like...
Yep.
Push... Yeah, it's basically the same thing but happening to a rabbit. Apparently, that's one of the reasonable explanations of what a jackalope is. It's a deformed rabbit.
What
Here,
are
I'm trying to cube bunny with horns.
antlers?
Antlers, whatever the fuck.
They're very different.
No, shove it up your ass. I don't care. I'm just...
What are the more out there explanations for a jackalope?
I haven't really heard any of them, really. People just think it's a weird... As far as I found, and I might find something different later, that it's just a weird critter. It's a bunny with antlers, and that's about it. A Wolpertinger, on the other hand, has a lot of weird shit about it. For one, you can only see it when you're drunk. It can also fly.
Hey, what?
Wolpertingers, they can fly. They got wings.
I don't know how to draw bunny.
Okay, a Wolpertinger is basically a jackalope with wings.
Right. Try to draw a chunky bunny with antlers.
Alright, now that I've finished Mommy Issues Jersey Devil, I'm looking up jackalope deep lore.
Oh god.
How is the jackalope?
What I'm curious about is, like, anyone ever actually caught evidence of a jackalope?
The thing is that the evidence people usually have are, like, taxidermied.
As in, they could...
Yeah.
As in, someone stuck antlers onto a stuffed rabbit.
Pretty much. So, okay, what I'm finding is that there's some things that say that the jackalope is actually pretty big. It doesn't really say how big. Some say that jackalopes can talk and sing.
Mm-hmm.
Jackalope milk has medicinal properties. Cure most illnesses. It's a on the website it says, even for avid fans of the jackalope, however, this claim was hard to back.
Oh god.
I imagine so. Even if you found one, it's like, what, you're gonna hold it down and give it the cow treatment? I guess you gotta find it first.
No.
Also, it likes hard liquor. Whiskey, particularly.
Okay, how about chupacabra?
Oh god, I have an idea.
Oh, hey. Who joined?
Rust.
Rust.
Hold on, I'm trying
Rust.
to enter the. Hold on, please, a second.
Well,
Can you
alright,
with this
I'm gonna shrink my stuff to mix them up. So, for Spooky Month, we drawn cryptids today.
Ah, fun. Also, how you guys been?
Good.
Pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah. So, and we just, Neville recently found out that the Jersey Devil was the result of some crazy shit.
Oh, I remember that part of the legend for a while. The jackalope stuff is new to me. Like, jackalopes are hard drinkers with healing milk.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Just need to find jackalope titty to squeeze, I guess.
Alright,
Oh god.
what's this one, Dylan?
Remember the chupacabra from Billy and Mandy?
Yes.
So classic classic renditions of the Chupacabra were usually reptilian, at least where it originated in, I think it's Costa Rica.
That was Mexico.
Nope, they're originally from Costa Rica, or one of those islands anyway. And then it kind of got imported to Mexico and got associated with coyotes with mange mostly.
Wait, is that
I
the...
see-
Is
I
that
see a
the...
Mothman in black.
His lines are a lot smoother than mine. I'm jealous.
He looks like Baxter Stockman from the 80s Ninja Turtles.
That's because Mothman actually, well, my Mothman UIR and stuff actually took inspiration a little bit from that, but he's mainly based off of, like, oddly enough, friggin', I don't know if any of you guys played the game, but like Super Bomberman R, like that game, Magnet Bomber's voice and character actually inspired this version of Mothman for the comic.
Oh yeah.
It's that tiny guy, swell guy.
Dylan, remind me. Hey, Dylan, remind me. Did the Chupacabra and Billy and Mandy come out of the videotape?
Yes.
Yes, it's the one where Billy goes, "Am I the only one who understands?
Am I the only one that understands the fucking
the complexity of this ambitious cinematic masterpiece? This movie's not stupid. You're stupid." And that's what it's like when you're a fan of Sonic 06.
What the fuck?
Okay, what's this, Nebel?
Decided to dip into a Japanese one. Tsuchinoko.
Is it some... It looks like a snake.
It's basically just a fat snake.
That's it?
Oh yeah, that one. There's one Twitter user that I know. I'm trying to remember what. I don't know. I can't fucking hear. But he's literally just that. He's like a pink Tsuchinoko is his whole fucking motif.
He a thick noodle. That's basically all he is. He's a
That's
big
all.
noodle. Apparently, they're especially venomous and rare.
Well, yeah. Look at the fucking size of its neck. Where do you think it keeps all of its venom?
It's
is the
folds,
venom.
I imagine.
There's like a fucking meme of like someone holding up holding up one of those things. It's just like full of acid.
Rust is making me think of Ultraman, but I'm pretty sure that's not what it's supposed to be.
Oh no. That just with like my Flatwoods Monster, there is some Ultraman slash Cyberman inspiration with the mask design.
Okay, well, what's the real life lore behind this?
The Tsuchinoko or the Flatwoods Monster?
The Flatwoods Monster.
Basically, like, I'm just gonna say it, West Virginia has a lot of fucking cryptids, for some reason. Like, Mothman's also there. But anyway, the Flatwoods Monster is basically... Actually, not... I can't remember anything about the Flatwoods Monster, so I'm just gonna post...
He's basically an alien, as far as
basically,
I remember.
yeah, and that's also what's interesting as well, because the Mothman's also an alien. They got a lot of alien cryptids over there in, like, West Virginia and also Kentucky, technically. Because Kentucky has, like, the... You know the Pokemon Sableye? It's actually based off of a cryptid, like these little,
The Kentucky Goblins, right?
Yeah, the Kentucky Fried Goblins, yeah.
Yeah.
Kentucky also has a werewolf.
Yeah, it's like, they have a lot of things in those two states, and they're right next to each other. What the fuck?
Something with the Appalachians, I imagine.
Hey, Looney.
I warned you about those mountains, bro.
I warned you about the mountains
Yeah.
and the moonshine.
Yeah, well, none of them tops Washington for having the most sightings of Bigfoot. That's our flex.
We got a skunk ape.
Is
no, it's Florida.
Is it literally what it sounds like?
No, it's actually an orange
Sort of.
ape that smells like shit.
So
It's like
it could be-
Bigfoot, but smelly and angry.
So it
It's
could
literally,
be.
it's literally Sasquatch's cousin, but the one that smokes weed all the time.
I was gonna say it sounds like it could be an escaped orangutan for all we know.
Apparently, there's a lot of that in Florida too.
What, orangutans?
No, like people having sightings of escaped orangutans, or at least
That
things
could
they
be-
think are monkeys.
It could be where the skunk takes a lot of inspiration from, but as a whole, Florida really doesn't need a whole lot of cryptids. It has a bunch of crazy ass people in order to fill it up.
And gators.
It has.
I should know. I'm a Florida man. I was born there.
All right, what's this one, Dylan?
The slit-mouthed woman. I don't know if she counts, but since we're doing Japanese.
Well, there are people who still claim to have encountered her in modern day Japan.
I mean, there's not a lot, but like some yokai still fall into that category of like people still think they see them, such. That's why they still persist. They're not even like. Part of it is kind of like Greek mythos type of stuff, but some people still think they see this thing. Like the whole moshi moshi superstition still kind of continues to this day, I believe. That, like, the reason why they say moshi moshi is because, like, I think it was a thing. I don't remember which yokai it was, but basically, I can't remember. I was not going to continue because if I can't remember the full thing, I don't want to spread misinformation. I'm sorry, I'm stupid.
You have fake news.
It just keeps some kind of evil spirit away. That's
yeah, basically, because you have to say it as a question, because then they can't, because then they're not able to answer it or something. I'm trying to remember, because that's the reason why they say moshi moshi, is because that's their way, because it's Japanese, were basically just more of like a greeting, like a question, like hello, who is this, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yellow.
You know, like
there we go.
Man, you want to talk about still kind of clinging to old superstitions, like in the British Isles, if you come across a ring of mushrooms, people will stay away from it because that's something known as a fairy ring. And without getting too much into detail, damaging or destroying one can bring you really bad luck.
So it's basically like the European equivalent to like ancient Indian burial grounds and such.
British, but yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Supposedly,
some of the lore talks about like if you step into a fairy ring, you essentially can become trapped in there and unable to get out, and you're not going to be able to get out unless the fairies that made the ring decide to let you leave. If they decide to let you leave.
You can also do the time warp.
What?
You know, time gets funky with Fae and such.
Oh yeah, because the whole 13-hour thing, like the witching hour.
Well, that. And there are people who will claim to have like spent like months when they've only been gone a few hours and think they've only been gone a few minutes and come back like years later.
Yeah, stuff with the other world gets really screwy.
Oh yeah, there's my Tsuchinoko with Doritos and dew.
He must live in California.
Great, now the cryptids are moving overseas.
Hey, you guys have the Fresno Nightcrawler.
We do. Apparently there's been a Fresno Nightcrawler sighting in Poland of all places.
Okay, what's Holland?
Poland.
Poland.
Bob Chipman's favorite spot to invade.
God.
Okay, I think I'm still kind of lost. Like, what was the whole deal with the Flatwoods monster again?
Okay, so basically, I'm pulled up the Wikipedia page because I can't remember shit. But basically, the Flatwoods monster is just a very iconic monster over in Braxton, West Virginia.
Huh?
But essentially, like 1952, there was like a bright object that came in the sky, and apparently, for 50 years, they think the meteor was actually like I can't speak today. Fuck. But basically, they thought there was like some sort of ship, essentially, like a UFOs type of deal. And but basically, what happened was, look at the history. I'm trying to speak. But apparently, they saw apparently, a bunch of people, two brothers, Edward and Fred May, found like an object that flew across the sky, then landed on like a farm. And then when they went over there, they said that they saw like. I can't speak today. They saw like a pulsing red light, and they said that they found like a red face point, like a hood-like shape, and things like that. So there's even a chair dedicated to it apparently over there. That's how famous it is over in that area. But basically, it's just another one of those UFO things, kind of like the Roswell alien and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a part of like the big alien craze.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Neville, what is this?
It's a hodag.
Okay, explain what's a hodag.
Okay, it's basically one of the first, like, can't speak. But basically, there was an interesting story behind, like, people trying to monster hunt, and this guy basically brought this taxidermied creature, trying to prove, like, oh, I found this real thing, it's the hodag. It's kind of become, like, a local legend over in Wisconsin.
Is it supposed to look like a devil?
Yeah, actually. It's like this
kind of
weird
like...
dog alligator thing.
Yeah.
There's, like, a statue dedicated to it.
Yeah. It's another goofy looking one. But it's kind of become a Wisconsin icon.
I gotta say, I thought when you were drawing the shirt, you were just gonna draw the Brazil flag on it.
No, it's the Packers. It's the Packers.
I know it's the Green Bay Packers, but still, it's just funny because I saw that and I was like, oh god, it's Brazil.
He's going to Brazil.
I can't escape Brazil.
You know that the guy you seen that means aliens.
Oh no.
Trying to draw that guy.
One of the other things I really love about the hodag legend is, like, the kinds of stuff that the dude that was doing the hoax was doing is, like, straight up Grunkle Stan shit.
Oh no, yeah, it's exactly.
Like,
it's so
he would,
funny.
he would tell people, it's like, oh, I gotta warn you, Hodag's especially angry today. And then he'd go into the back, and his kids would make a lot of noise and, like, bang stuff around. And he'd change into, like, a set of clothes that was, like, tattered and ripped. And he'd come back out and tell them that the hodag attacked him.
And people freaking got it.
That's fucking great.
They bought it to the point that the Smithsonian went to investigate to see if it was real.
But there's gotta be some ones we haven't gotten to.
I'm sure there's plenty.
Okay, well,
I was
there's
meaning
like...
to draw more, but I can't fucking
there's-
draw and save my life at the moment, shit.
Yeah, so yeah, like there's... So yeah, like there's Champ, Ogopogo...
Yeah, I'm doing Champ right now.
Where's Champ is from... North
Lake
Champlain.
Champlain.
Lake Champlain, which is in Quebec.
I can't remember this fucking crypt's name, but it's one of the fearsome critters, but basically it has no fucking knees. It's just got stiff legs.
Are we sure? Ooh, the Barghest counts. Counts as a cryptid.
The Borkest?
Barghest, you know, the black dog with red eyes.
He Bork.
Anyone want to take the Barghest?
The Bargus.
It's the black dog.
Sure.
Right. Oh, the Mongolian death worm.
What's the name of that fucking worm from SpongeBob?
Alaskan.
Alaskan bushworm.
Alaskan.
Yeah, the Alaskan bullworm.
Okay, what's the God help me one here, Dylan?
Literally, I'm trying to remember what the fuck it was. That was me who drew it. But, here's some... I remember what it was, but not the name of it. It's basically like this cryptid. It was part of the fearsome critters, but it's this cryptid that, like, literally has no fucking knees, so it can't bend or, like, lay down or anything, so it rests up against trees and shit like that. Let me see what the name of it was, because... Oh, man, I'm so fucking stupid.
Dylan looks like... Neville looks like he's drawing another Fresno Nightcrawler.
Falling on hard times.
Hold on.
Yeah.
The Hugag. Oh, that's what it was. The Hugag.
Where's it from?
It's literally just like it's more like the fearsome critters were all more like fucking lumberjack myths and such. So it ranges from like any like forest area essentially. I'll see where it specifically originated from. But basically, it was just like I said, it's just something like a logger and lumberjack tale, basically.
Dylan gave Champ a friend.
You know, there's one fearsome critter that literally, like, if it gets caught, it will cry itself to death and literally melt itself with its own tears.
There you go.
Jesus Christ.
Is that supposed to be Ogopogo, Dylan?
Huh?
Is that Ogopogo?
No. I just drew a cryptid.
Let's give it a wig.
What? Give it a wig.
I drew a based Loch Ness monster. I'm gonna draw the backside of a Fresno Nightcrawler.
I got fucking Hank Hill ass.
Yes.
Alright now.
Oh, Bobby, I'll tell you what. I don't know what it's like being a Fresno Walker.
Bobby,
I would not like to walk in California.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
God, Bobby, I have a Fresno Nightwalker ass. Oh.
what are you doing?
He's giving it hair.
Doodle feces. Oh yeah, he's fucking making a big.
Oh God!
Dang it, them walkers ain't right. God dang it, them Fresno walkers ain't right.
What do you expect? They're from California.
What do you expect? After you let them hang out, the Fresno walker, they walking, everybody man tripping on themselves, man. I it's something scares out, man. I don't want to go to California again.
Someone wearing dang old fishnets, man. Dang old Fresno Nightwalker, man.
They got them long wigs on there, man. Them big old fucking Gucci stomping them, man. I tell you what, man. I don't want to ever fucking go over there, man. This shit scares me. That scared me so hard. Got a little bit of a pee-pee boner, man. A little half check. It scares me a little bit, but you know I ain't going back over there no more.
Oh man, I tell you what, man. I'm not gonna look at a Fresno Nightwalker, man.
Listen, I saw one of them Fresno walkers, man. I saw his ass plump. I didn't know what to think. I got scared there, man.
Dang on gummy thick, man.
I saw Fresno walker chip.
Fresno
walkers, man. They were double cheeked up on a Tuesday afternoon, man. I was not prepared for that. Don't ever go to California again, man. I don't know what I was telling you. I don't know what I was expecting there. You ain't made for none of that, there, man. This shit for that, man. Alright, well, I gotta get going. I got another server event to take care of tonight, so I'll be focusing on that. But it was fun hanging out with you guys again. It's been a while, but I really do appreciate all that stuff. When you guys let me become a part of this.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm going now, okay?
Yeah, bye.
Okay, see ya.
Bye.
Alright, what are you doing, Dylan? Oh, it's Dale.
Okay. Let's have a look.
Oh no, what?
I just found a version of a bunyip, and now I'm gonna draw that version.
Oh no.
This should be good. What exactly are you doing to Dale here, Dylan?
I don't know yet, but wait, sorry, I sort of do have an idea. The alien thing again, but it's Dale.
Oh, like the Roswell alien?
No, the guy up in the corner.
Right?
Oh.
I'm not saying it was the government, Hank, but it was the government.
Yeah, government aliens.
This version of a bunyip looks like a chicken.
I'm gonna copy paste the image I used.
Actually, it looks like a tadpole.
Okay, guys. I'm going to hell.
What? Dylan?
Fred's Newsy Hank. Gotta get some of that Fred's Newsy.
There we go.
Hank, I gotta get me some of that Fred's Newsy.
Knock it off, Dale. You're not making sense. It's from California.
It doesn't have to make sense, Hank.
What, how is... Okay, how is this thing a bunyip nubble?
I looked up bunyip. This is the picture I got. I am using this picture.
I mean, like, there's a... I mean, yeah, there's like 1,000 different versions of a bunyip.
There we go.
This one just looks like a giant tadpole.
Yes.
We have more Fresno Nightcrawlers here than anything.
Fresno Nightcrawler's very memey.
It is. It's very silly.
Oh no, you.
Oh no, you didgeridoo don't.
Oh no, you don't.
Quick, give me one more.
Okay, okay. Owl Man.
Okay. Oh, not the character.
Owl Man of Cornwall.
Okay.
So Dylan gets to draw the Owl Man instead of Nebel, the resident Owl Man.
Well,
Trying to think of something funny to do.
I looked it up. I was a little disappointed.
Really? What was wrong with
Yeah.
him?
I don't know. It's just like I kind of expected the twist. It's just like an owl that's the size of a dude.
He's buff.
I'm not sure what else I mean, now he's fucking Fukuro from Fairy Tail.
But the way I draw?
I mean, making him buff makes him look like that.
I've never watched Fairy Tail.
I'm gonna look it up now. It's basically a big buff dude with an owl head and a rocket pack.
Seriously?
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Hang on, I'm posting it now.
I drew a buff guy and like
there
a.
Oh my god! That's what
Let
it
me
is.
see. No fucking way.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
and he gets his power by eating people.
Oh my god.
And he swallows them whole.
That with that face.
Yes, with that face.
All right.
He is the single most underutilized character in Fairy Tail. He comes back tragically seldom. Look, there he is. He's eating Natsu.
I still think my first doodle is my favorite.
Good God.
Or at least it's my best one.
Alright. Do you guys feel pretty satisfied with how this turned out?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, we hope you all had a good time.
Fresnusi, Hank!
And have a happy Halloween.
Fresnusi!